The glittering lights of Hollywood dimmed. Jasmine Mooney's detainment at the US-Mexico border. Jasmine Mooney, a Canadian entrepreneur and actress who graced the screen in a sequel to the iconic American Pie franchise, found herself thrust into a starkly different reality: the cold, impersonal confines of a U.S. immigration detention center. Her story, a jarring juxtaposition of Hollywood glamour and bureaucratic nightmare, serves as a cautionary tale about the complexities of U.S. immigration laws and the human cost of administrative oversights. Mooney's recent 2-week ordeal at the San Isidro border crossing, the world's busiest land border, unfolded not amidst the flashing cameras of a movie premiere, but under the harsh fluorescent lights of detention. The narrative begins with a seemingly routine trip. Mooney, after a holiday in her native Canada, attempted to re-enter the United States, her home base in Los Angeles, armed with what she believed to be a valid work visa. However, this seemingly simple act ignited a chain of events that would leave her trapped in a bureaucratic labyrinth, her freedom curtailed, her well-being jeopardized. The initial spark was a seemingly insignificant detail: an incomplete work visa application. This seemingly minor administrative oversight, a detail lost in the intricate web of immigration paperwork, spiraled into a full-blown crisis, transforming a planned return to her life in Los Angeles into a nightmarish detention. The stark contrast between Mooney's expected trajectory and her actual experience underscores the fragility of even the most meticulously planned journeys. One moment, she's navigating the vibrant energy of Hollywood. The next, she's grappling with the cold reality of detention, a world away from the glamorous life she knew. This jarring shift highlights the unpredictable nature of immigration procedures, the ease with which a minor administrative error can escalate into significant legal trouble. Her story, far from an isolated incident, serves as a cautionary example for those navigating the intricate and often confusing landscape of U.S. immigration regulations. Mooney's experience at the San Isidro crossing began on March 3rd, a date that marked the beginning of her unexpected detention. Instead of the smooth re-entry she anticipated, she was met with apprehension, her journey abruptly halted by U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers. The authorities' response, instead of guidance or a suggestion to rectify her application, was immediate detention. This decision, seemingly disproportionate to the nature of her visa issue, throws into sharp relief the potential for seemingly minor infractions to result in severe consequences. Her mother, Alexis Eagles, residing in British Columbia, expressed her profound shock and dismay at the treatment of her daughter. Eagles' account paints a picture of a system that, rather than providing support or guidance, opted for detention, an action that seems at odds with the principles of fairness and due process. The details of Mooney's case reveal a troubling lack of clarity. While she previously held a 3-year U.S. work visa, this visa had apparently been revoked prior to her attempted re-entry. The reasons behind this revocation remain unclear, adding another layer of mystery and frustration to her already difficult situation. The circumstances surrounding this revocation are shrouded in ambiguity, leaving open questions about the process and its fairness. The lack of transparency only serves to intensify the sense of injustice surrounding her detention. Further complicating the situation, the reason for her presence at the southern border in March, rather than at the more typical entry points for those arriving from Canada, is not explicitly stated. Adding to the bewilderment and frustration, Mooney reports a series of baffling encounters with Border Patrol officers. "Every single guard that sees me is like, 'What are you doing here? I don't understand. You're Canadian. How are you here?' This recurring question highlights the communication breakdown and the seeming disconnect between the officials' understanding of her situation and the reality of her circumstances. The repeated questioning underscores the feeling of being caught in a bureaucratic quagmire, where even basic explanations seem to fall on deaf ears. The conditions of her detention, described as inhumane, paint a grim picture. Deprived of adequate sleep and proper nutrition, Mooney's physical and mental well-being were severely impacted. Her account of sleep deprivation and inadequate food is a heartbreaking testament to the harsh realities of detention. These details serve as a powerful reminder of the human cost inherent in such systems, emphasizing the importance of ensuring humane treatment for all detainees, regardless of their legal status. Mooney's choice to seek her initial visa at the San Isidro border crossing, based on the advice of a Los Angeles attorney, seems to have been a pivotal miscalculation. This decision, though made in good faith, highlights the critical importance of accurate legal counsel and a thorough understanding of immigration procedures. Her experience underscores the need for clear and readily accessible information regarding visa applications and entry requirements, especially for those navigating the complex U.S. immigration system. The repercussions of Mooney's experience extend far beyond her personal ordeal. Her story serves as a stark reminder of the potential consequences of even minor errors in navigating the complex U.S. immigration system. It also shines a light on the need for more transparency, fairness, and humane treatment within the immigration detention system. Mooney's case raises serious questions about the efficacy and equity of current immigration procedures, prompting calls for reform and greater consideration for the human element within these systems. The lack of clarity, the seemingly disproportionate response, and the reported inhumane conditions call into question whether the current system adequately balances national security concerns with the fundamental rights and well-being of individuals navigating its complexities. Mooney's experience should not be seen as an isolated incident, but as a powerful illustration of the very real challenges faced by many individuals navigating the intricate and often unforgiving world of U.S. immigration. Her story is a potent reminder of the human face of immigration, a call for empathy, and a plea for reform within a system that needs to better balance its objectives with the rights and welfare of the people it affects. Her journey from the bright lights of Hollywood to the harsh realities of detention leaves a lasting impression, reminding us that behind every statistic and every legal case, there are real lives, real stories, and real people.